Hey everybody, happy Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. This is Ron from Ron Cichlids. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend with your family. I'm up here at the South Carolina house, working, getting this fish house cranked out. You can see the smile on my face, man. I wish more of you guys could just come hang out with me and help. It's just going to be such an accomplishment when I'm all done. I want to give you guys a walkthrough. I've accomplished quite a bit this weekend, and I'll be back up here in a couple days to do a lot more plumbing, take my dad to surgery he's got, and some other things. So let me go ahead and switch the screen around, and I'll give you guys a walkthrough. So I'll back up, but there's the front of the fish house. There's Pop's garden, Pop's workshop. There's the guest house. That's where Dad lives, for you guys who follow me and know what I've been through and what my dad's been through this year. So on the right here, I know it's kind of cluttered, but this is a big old beautiful packing station. We've got beautiful furniture grade plywood that we've used. We're going to have some lighting up here. We've been doing electrical all weekend, so we've got a switch here now that's going to take care of lighting up there. Panels all done. Nothing's changed as far as the vats go. All of our electrical is in conduits, all completely waterproof up there. We've wired in the blower, the 1.5 horsepower blower that's going to take care of all of our air needs. We're going to end up with a second blower. So right now we have one. You'll hear it crank up. There she is. Pretty quiet considering it's outside, but we are going to end up mounting it a little bit different. I'll show you the mount in a minute. Here's the air handler. That's all wired in beautifully by my friend Jim Newbeck. Thank you, Jim, for coming up here this weekend and helping me. All I need is an AC guy to hook up my copper, and we will have air. This is the output for the well, and as you guys know, nothing's really changed vat-wise. We give you a sneak peek at the plumbing. We are running 3-inch pipe. This is going to come from the front and go all the way out the back of the building. They're all going to get connected. It's going to go out to a settling tank. Then it's going to go out into a settling pond. So nothing has been glued yet. This is just a mock-up. But this is the way it's going to be between the vats. It's going to come off of the T. It's going to come up to another T. It's going to come up to here. And you're going to, this is going to be cut off. This is, like I said, just temporary. Going to have a drain right here, a bulkhead drain here, and then both tanks will have a drain. And on the other side, same thing, but that goes to a 90. So this is probably going to be a lengthy video, but I know everybody wants to see what I'm doing. So these are the bulkheads. These are 1-inch bulkheads, and considering we're doing the amount of water we're doing, we can get away with this. So these are going to be mounted through here. Let's come down here. These are going to pop out on the side of the tank. The water is actually going to just come right out of here and go right into there. For our air and water, we're using these self-tapping, not self-tapping, sorry. We got to drill and tap them, drippers. So we're going to end up having 3 drops in here that are weighted that will massively aerate these totes, which are 275 gallons, and then water as well. So there'll be a pipe that runs along here that's 1 inch for air, and then there'll be a pipe that's 3/4 of an inch that will be for water. So these pipes, these drain pipes, they'll just continue on like we said, and they'll come all the way back here. They'll join all the tanks that are back along this wall, and then it'll join all the tanks that are along that wall. So this is an open walkway here. So between where you see the tape and here's 48 inches. So we've got a 48-inch walkway between the where the glass tanks are going to be in the vats. We've got a 52-inch walkway in the middle, and I was going to put an elevated walkway in here, but I think I'm just going to stick with leaving the PVC right there. The PVC is tight up against the vats. Once everything's anchored in, they won't go anywhere. So, I mean, you can see my feet. It's pretty wide. So subtract about 6.5, 7 inches. So we've probably got about 46 inches in the middle. And then at the very end, these come to a 90. This will be open. This is the access door. I haven't showed you guys that yet, probably. This is all wired. We are going to put a refrigerator freezer right here because I don't feel like walking all the way back over to the other house. So, you know, this is the guest house here. My house is over there. And then, you know, there's Pop's shed and the pool's over there, all that stuff. We got 3 acres here, so this is the other side of the building. Probably in the spring, early summer, this is going to be added on. Another 600 square feet. It's going to be added on. We moved some stuff around on the well. It's all wired up. Everything's got disconnects. And I'm telling you, the water comes out of here. I ain't kidding. That's a fire hose right there. Also got the water going up out to Pop's garden. Here's the air conditioner, 5-ton 16 SEER. Still got to anchor it down, but it's all wired up. For right now, this is where pump number 1 is. Pump number 2 is going to be right here. I'm going to rotate back and forth between the two of them. You know, these things are like $1,200. So when you got one that just in case one goes out, you can't run to the store and get them. So I'm going to have a spare right here. I'm going to have another disconnect. I'm going to have another disconnect over there so I can switch back and forth so I never get caught with my pants down. You all know, you know, sometimes you have a pump go out, and trying to replace that specialty pump that you guys have for your aquarium is near impossible. So something like this, once it's fully rigged, you're looking at about $1,500, and you just can't go to the store and pick that up. So there's the where air's going to come in. That's 2-inch pipe. Air's going to come inside. It's going to go to a manifold that I'm going to create, and that will distribute the air everywhere else. So I'm going to switch back. So me again. So thanks for joining me on the walkthrough. Got a lot accomplished this weekend. It's not going to be very long. I would say within the next month I'm going to have fish up here. Tested the water out of the pH. Out of the well, I'm sorry. And the pH is a perfect 8.0. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. We're still getting a little bit of shell coming in out of the ground. There's a lot of shell, which is surprising for South Carolina, but I'm happy with that. So all the water that drains down through the earth has to go through the shell first. So that's going to give us a perfectly stable 8.0 pH. And as I've discussed before, this is going to be a no filtration setup. This is going to be a constant water in, constant water out. Water is going to drip in to the vats at a certain rate, somewhere between 50 to 100%. You call it water change. So these totes are 275 gallons. So I want to change at least or turn over 140 to 275 gallons of water. We're going to run an experiment to see if we need 50%, 60%, 70%. Most fish farms can get away with about 50%, 60% of the water. Doesn't really matter, you know, it's a well. Just a matter of, do we really need to or not? The blower itself is going to, going to take care of that portion of it. Lighting's going to come later. This is a big area, and I don't know how much light we really need. And as I explained to you guys before, 75-gallon tanks will end up here, and 75-gallon tanks will end up there. And they'll be, tanks along all of the walls that you see here. So that's it, guys. Want to say thank you. Thank you for support. Thank you for everything you guys do. Love you guys. Thank you for following me along this journey. And don't forget, we've got a Memorial Day sale this weekend going on. The fish are going quick. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know what inventory I've got left, but it's going quick. People are stocking up. And it's a perfect time to stock up on food. For any of you guys that use my food, shelf life is 6 months to 8 months at least. If you want longer storage, you can freeze it. A lot of breeders that buy fish, buy food in bulk from me, that's what they do. They freeze it. Last few days, I've had people reach out from England and South Africa, believe it or not. They want to resell my food. And that's the question they asked, what's the shelf life? So if you guys want to stock up on food, this is a good time. 25% off is usually about the best deal I do every year. I usually do it once or twice a year. And then sometimes I offer free shipping for the food as well. So perfect time to stock up. Thanks, guys, everybody. I'll probably do a video tomorrow, but I want to give a shout out to all law enforcement, all veterans, all public service. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you for putting your lives in harm's way to protect, the rest of us. Shout out to my son, Ronnie. Thank you for your service, son. I miss you. Tomorrow will be 4 years that he left and went to the Air Force. So thank you again, everybody who's served in the armed forces, this country and any other country where you're protecting your own. So love you guys. I'm going to go now. Have a great weekend, and don't forget about the sale. Bye.